What's going on, boys and girls? This is BBD with BBD TV, the biggest Tennessee Volunteers fan on YouTube. And you're watching the two Irish brothers. Shout out to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Go Vols!
Quinn pumps once. Buys some time and finds Samoja. Samoja with a cutback. 5. Touchdown!
How's it going, everyone? I'm Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters.
And this is the Two Irish Brothers Show. First off, you guys know the drill. Hit that subscribe tab in the bottom right-hand corner. Like or dislike the video for algorithm purposes. And, of course, make sure to go check us out on the Voice of College Football Notre Dame and the main channel, the Voice of College Football. So, with that said, Ben, the bye week is over. Got some much-needed rest. And now we are back in action this upcoming week for the Pitt Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Historical matchup between these two. We us and the Panthers go back a long way. Now, it may not seem traditional in the sense of records because, well, as we know, Pitt is down. But to really throw it out there, Ben, to get started here. We still don't take Pittsburgh lightly because this is a team that, as we've said before, has historically always played us tough.
Yes. Yeah. And like you said, we can't take them lightly because one of their only 2 wins was against Louisville. Believe it or not. So,
and I'd still like to know how that happens. How do we go to Louisville ranked in the top 10 and lose, but then the very next week a team like Pittsburgh, who really has nothing to lose, goes out and beats the crap out of them? How does that happen?
I think exactly what you said. Pittsburgh had nothing to lose, and Louisville had everything to lose. And I think Louisville took Pittsburgh a little lightly, and they paid for it. And, Pittsburgh, that needs to be our wake-up call. You can't take Pittsburgh lightly. They're a team and they have a coach that, we have our beef with Narduzzi. I think that's his name, right? Narduzzi.
I think so. Yeah, Pat Narduzzi. I think he's.
But him as a coach, he has pretty good squads most of the time, and his guys come to play. So it's a situation that you can't take them lightly at all. But the big storyline in this game is we will have 2 familiar faces on the opposite side of the ball. Obviously, the one that maybe not everybody knows about is Sibo Flemister. Will be on the other side of the ball. He currently leads the Pittsburgh Panthers in rushing with 282, which goes to show you how down of a season they're having.
I had forgotten he transferred there too.
But the other big name is obviously Phil Dracovic, who is the leading quarterback for the Panthers with 818 passing yards. So it is going to be interesting. We know what Pittsburgh is, or we think we know what Pittsburgh is, a 2-5 team that is coming in limping. And we are obviously riding high after a beatdown of the Trojans.
Oh, yes.
And
getting that up close and personal, baby, and I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, and getting an extra week to prepare for this Pitt game. And that's something that I really look forward to when I'm at the game this coming weekend, because in the past we have seen our teams with the Brian Kelly staff and the Brian Kelly era come out kind of flat out of a bye week, and bye weeks are a chance to get healthy and to have a better game plan than your opponent because you have a second week compared to your opponent. And with Freeman and his staff, I want to see fast starts. I want to see a fast start against Pitt. I want to see us get up early. I want to see the defense come through. That's something that I want to see in this game.
Well, and Ben, something that I wanted to point out, and I don't know if you saw this yet, but even though Dracovic is on the team, I was reading before we got on here, he has officially been benched.
Yeah.
And so starting for the Panthers is going to be Christian. I hope I don't butcher his last name too bad here, but Christian Vieilleux. Veilleux.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is that French or is that?
Sounds, I don't know. It could go either way, I think, but it's kind of.
But anyway, yeah, no, and that's a storyline too. Is that Dracovic is benched? So it'll be interesting to see what Pitt team we have show up in this game. Are they going to ride the emotion of Phil Dracovic and that whole situation with Notre Dame, or what? This will be very, very, very interesting to see.
Yeah, exactly. And so from what I saw, it with this Christian Vielu, if I am mispronouncing his name, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But against Wake Forest in their 21-17 loss, it looked like that he didn't have that too bad of a game. 28-45. 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. So, he did a pretty good job against Wake Forest. So, just proves once again that even though this is a 2-5 team coming in, we can't take them lightly. We can't. And Pittsburgh also historically, and that may not be the case come Saturday. Who knows? Because we've been wrong about this before, Ben. But the Panthers, defensively in particular, they've always played as pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah, and the defense, we're going to have to be really, really good and crisp in the passing game because their two leading guys on their defense are both defensive backs, Donovan McMillan and MJ Devonshire. Donovan leads the team in tackles, and MJ leads the team in interceptions. So, we have to be careful, and we can't take Pittsburgh lightly. I mean, we can say it till we're blue in the face and the cows come home. We can't. I'm sorry, we can't. This has to be a mindset of you're playing Alabama. You're playing Alabama in this game. Yes. You have to protect the football. You have to make very snap and smart decisions. When things don't go a way that you hope them to go, then you need to stay within yourself. This will be a really big telling point and selling point for the Notre Dame team for the rest of the season.
Well, and also, as we said before, whether it's been on here or posts on social media, yes, the college football playoffs it's pretty much out of the picture. We know that.
Yeah, there has to be way too many things to go right for Notre Dame to have any shot of making it. So yes, they're out the window.
But there's still something to play for. And yes. What's funny is there's several Notre Dame fans that are actually laughing about this, and I don't see why. But despite being out of the playoff picture, we still have a shot, and that this is still very realistic, a shot at the NY6 bowl lineup, which at this point it's looking like either the peach, cotton, or fiesta. Orange might be too much of a stretch, but that's another video for another day talking about bowl possibilities. But the bottom line is the NY6 is still in play, and anybody who thinks that that's nothing to play for, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say you're straight up stupid. It's a major bowl game on the big stage. This is what what student athletes, I should say, this is what the kind of stage they dream to play on, especially the guys that are looking to go into the NFL. This is your chance to really build your resume. Yeah. Show those scouts what you can do on the big stage. So to say that means nothing, getting a chance to play in one of these major bowl games is just foolish. So still a lot on the line for this season. And well, these final 4 games, we win these final 4 games, there is a good chance that we could get into one of those bowls.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to play for here. So we got to be on our A game, best game we possibly can. And like you said, Ben, treat it like we're playing Georgia. Treat it like we're playing Ohio State again, Michigan, Alabama, USC, so on and so forth. Don't let up just because this is a 2-5 team.
Yeah,
because hey, look what happened this past weekend. Virginia came in, pulled the upset off of North Carolina.
And it took Oklahoma everything they had to beat UCF. Southern Cal got beat by Utah. Clemson got beat by Miami.
Washington escaped.
Washington escaped.
Arizona State.
I mean, so yeah, no, it's you can't take anybody lightly in football. I'm sorry. I mean, you just can't. It's not a sport where, every single game you're just going to dominate everybody. I mean, even powerhouses struggle from time to time. So
yeah,
exactly. we gotta be ready for Pittsburgh. We gotta be ready.
So with that said, Ben, score prediction time, and I think it's your honors this week.
Oh man. All right. My honors. I say Notre Dame 45, Pittsburgh 17.
We're pretty close in our predictions. Pretty close. Separate by 3 points. Just based on the history of the toughness of this game, of this matchup, it's very possible that Pitt could bring a little bit extra, especially since it's us and they want to play spoiler for us, knock us down in the mid-tier bowls. I'm going to say Notre Dame 42, Pittsburgh 20.
Okay.
Well, I guess technically 6 points, but I'm just saying 3 points that we put up.
Interesting. I like it.
So,
either score I would be very happy with.
now, of course, I would love it if our defense just pitched a shutout, but I'm not going to get arrogant. I'm not going to get cocky like a lot of fans do, because that's where you get your hopes up and that's where you get disappointed.
If I could be 2 years in a row going to a Notre Dame game where they pitch a shutout, that'd be incredible.
Oh, of course, yeah, because you're going to be at the game on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you guys have a lot of fun, and just come post game, which I don't know if you'll be there for or not. But it should be a day of celebration for all of us, celebrating another Notre Dame victory.
Hope so. I really hope so.
So you guys bring us some luck while you're up there. Hey, I brought us luck when we were up at USC. Now it's your job to bring us luck at Pittsburgh. So, but with that said, Ben, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I got nothing.
I don't either, except you guys make sure to join us for the live post game after Pittsburgh on Saturday. We don't know for sure when it's going to start because it's hard to predict when a college football game is going to end. But come watch us on the Voice of College Football Notre Dame, the Voice of College Football Notre Dame, or the Voice National Channel, because
the Voice of College Football.
Yes, yeah, because there's the Voice of College Football, which is the main channel. And then Mark Rogers has all these featured channels of different teams and so on. And we're going to be simulcasting on both the national and the Notre Dame channel, if that makes sense. But you guys will see the links in the description box below. Come check it out. Come subscribe to those channels as well for all the awesome live post-game action. So with that said, everyone, I am Sean Moriarty.
I'm Benjamin Walters.
And as we always say, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Go Irish. Beat Pittsburgh.